Welcome everyone, it's great to have you back. Well, allow me to start by saying thanks to all of you who've taken interest in my content. Thank you for all the likes and new subscribers. But if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Okay, well, enough said. Let's move on to what we'll be covering today. Today I'm going to start a little journey with you guys on developing our grammar. So let's get right into it then. We're going to be talking about adjectives. So you're probably asking yourself, what is an adjective? Well, I will answer that question for you and I shall show you how to use it in speech and writing. Well, to answer your question, an adjective is a word that modifies the noun. What I mean by this is that a certain word can add meaning to a noun. Before I continue on with adjectives, a noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or object. Okay, now that you know what a noun is, let's continue. What I meant by a word adding meaning to a noun is that a noun alone has its own meaning, but if you add a word before it, it can change that meaning. Let's go into more details. Say if my noun is a ball. Now say if I put green before the ball in the sentence, it should go something like this. I have a green ball. Do you see what I'm talking about? Okay, look at it this way. If I had said I have a ball, it means I have a ball, nothing special after that. That means the noun ball hasn't been modified or it hasn't had a meaning added onto it. But when I use the word green, the noun modified. Now it's a green ball, not a ball. You get where I'm going with this? Okay, great. I need you to also know that the adjective usually comes before the noun, but sometimes it comes after it. For example, the ball I have is green. As you can see, the green came after ball, but green still modified the noun, ball. So before we wrap this up, let's look at a couple of examples. I have a new car. This sandwich is tasty. I have a great job. The apple is fresh. I own a big house and I have a beautiful phone. Well, it was great to have you here today and I appreciate how much you want to learn and improve. But before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like and to subscribe to this channel. Also click on that bell to always know when a new video comes out. Until next time, I'll be seeing you around.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well.
Welcome back, my masters in training. Last time we went over what adjectives are. So in this video, I wanted to go into more details on how to identify adjectives and also how to use them in a sentence or a speech. Well then, let's start. But before we begin, let's go over what an adjective is and what a noun is, just in case you may have forgotten. Okay, an adjective is a word that modifies the noun. In other words, it adds meaning to a noun. A noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or object. Okay, now that we have that covered, let's move on with our journey. Now let's go over the examples from the last video. I have a green ball. By watching the last video, you know that the word green is the adjective, but you don't know why. In this video, I'm going to show you why. Okay, look carefully at the word green. We know green is a color and we have the noun ball. So how did green modify the noun ball? That seems like a tricky situation. Trust me, it's not. The reason the word green modified the noun was because it described what the noun looks like. Do you understand what I mean? If not, let's talk about it a little more. There are 3 ways to see if a word has modified a noun. The 3 ways are how many, what it looks like, and which one. Let's start with how many there are. Say if my noun is a pencil, and let's say I have 2 pencils. Let's use that in a sentence. I have 2 pencils. So now if you look closely, you'll see that the number 2 modified the noun. It modified the noun by telling you how much pencils there are. In other words, it told you there are 2 pencils. So if I used the number 3, it would now be 3 pencils. That's one way an adjective can modify a noun. On to the next one. Now we have what it looks like, but we went over this already. Let's go over it again so you can better understand. I have a blue car. As you can see, Blue modified the noun. It shows us what the noun looks like, and that happens to be a blue car. If we use red or any other color, the noun would be modified according to whatever color you choose. And if you use red or blue, there would be a blue car and a red car. Well then, let's move on. Okay, when I'm talking about which one, I'm talking about which one it is. In other words, for you to understand this one, let's use it in a sentence. I need the newest car you have. Okay, before we go into details, let's identify the noun and the adjective in this sentence. Okay, car is the noun because it is the name of an object, and the newest is the adjective because it modifies the noun. So now you should see what I mean by which one it is. This means that they are talking about a specific noun. In other words, the sentence shows that the person is looking for the car that just came out and not the ones that were there before. Let's look at a couple examples so you can better understand. I want the last cookie. I will make a new recipe. The first drink is on me. So in these examples, can you see how they are pointing out a specific noun? Okay, since we have that covered now, let's move on to the examples from the last video. I have a big house. Big is the adjective and house is the noun. The word big modified the noun by showing you it is a big house. I have a new car. New is the adjective and car is the noun. The word new modified the noun by showing you it's a new car. I have a beautiful phone. The word beautiful is the adjective and phone is the noun. The word beautiful modified the noun by showing you it's a beautiful phone. There you have it. After this, you should feel you have a grasp on how to use adjectives in speech and writing. If you're wondering why I didn't cover the sentences that finished with adjectives, well, that's for another day. I don't want to fry your brains now, so let's leave it at that for now. But before we start packing up and walking out the door, let me just say, it was nice to have you all here today, and thanks for all the love you showed in the last video. Well then, I guess that's it. See you all the next time, and also remember, the journey continues. Hello guys, I want to say thanks for taking the time to watch our videos. We really appreciate it. Well, on the last video concerning grammar, we talked and learned about adjectives. We learned what they are and how they can be used in writing and in speech. Okay, if you don't remember what an adjective is, let me jumpstart your memory. An adjective is a word that modifies the noun. What modifying the noun means is that it adds meaning to the noun, indicating three things: how many, what it looks like, and which one it is. Once an adjective is placed before the noun modifies according to what the adjective is. Also, the adjective usually comes before the noun majority of the time. Check out these sentences and see for yourself. I own a silver watch. I want $500. I have the latest phone. I eat blueberry muffins. Her name is Dora. As you can see in all these sentences, the adjectives came before the noun. Also, remember, a noun is a name, place, or object. But just in case you didn't for some reason watch the last video on adjectives, I'll identify the nouns and adjectives in each of these sentences. Okay, I own a silver watch. In this sentence, the noun is watch because it's an object, and the adjective is silver because it is a color and it tells you what the noun looks like. I want $500. In this sentence, dollars is the noun because it's an object, and 500 is the adjective because it tells you how many there is. I have the latest phone. Phone is the noun because it's an object, and latest is the adjective because it tells you which one it is. I eat blueberry muffins. Muffins is the noun because it's the name of a type of food, and blueberry is the adjective because it tells you which one it is. Her name is Dora. Dora is the noun because it is the name of a person. And name is the adjective because it tells you which one it is. So there you have it, all you need to know. But there's one more thing we haven't covered yet is that adjectives don't always come before the noun. On some occasions, the noun can come before the adjectives. Like, for example, the car is blue. As you can see, blue is an adjective and it finished the sentence. And it didn't come before the noun car. Before I show you other adjectives you can finish sentences with, let's first see why an adjective can come after a noun. The reason for this is that even though the adjective blue came after the noun, it still modified the noun. The car is still blue, and by seeing this, we can see what the car looks like. Now that we have that covered, let's look at more sentences. The barn is red. Wow, that house is huge. That man is sure little. I need a car that is fast. The honey is sweet. The people are nice. And there you have it, guys. Ways to use adjectives after nouns. The reason I didn't go into details about nouns and adjectives in these sentences is because I already gave you guys a great demonstration in the video already. Well, that's all, my students. Make sure to take into account all that you've learned so far and keep improving. See you guys until next time. So stay eagerly to learn. Hello, my pupils in training. I hope you guys are watching the past videos in order to improve yourselves. Last time we spoke about adjectives and closed the lesson on that. With all the information given to you guys, I expect you guys to have mastered what adjectives are by now. Well, enough about adjectives. Let's move on to what we will learn about in this new video. We'll be learning about adverbs. I'll do my best to make sure you guys will be able to understand adverbs as simply as can be. So what are adverbs? An adverb is a word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or other adverb or a word group expressing a relation of place, time, circumstance, manner, cause, degree, etc. Well, that's what an adverb is, and I know you're probably like, that's a long definition. Yes, maybe, but it does explain to you what an adverb is. So to put this into simple words, an adverb has two purposes. It can modify or qualify. Well, in this video, we'll be learning how an adverb can modify. So let's start with an adverb modifying an adjective. Yes, you heard right. An adverb can modify an adjective. Let's look at an example to see how that's even possible. The story was very interesting. Now let's look at this sentence and identify the adjective and the adverb. The adjective is interesting and the adverb is very. I know you're probably asking, how is very the adverb? Well, it's like this. The reason it's an adverb is because very is an intensifier. That means the word very added meaning to the adjective. Interesting. Now that we got that out of the way, let's look at some more sentences to better understand adverbs a little more. The movie is really good. Good is the adjective and really is the adverb. The cat is super fast. Fast is the adjective and super is the adverb. The class is so boring. Boring is the adjective and so is the adverb. My friend is really nice. Nice is the adjective and really is the adverb. You have too much. Much is the adjective and too is the adverb. By looking at all the sentences, you can see that all the adverbs intensified, or added meaning to each of the adjectives. Now you should see how adverbs can modify adjectives, so I won't hold you guys for long. Make sure you are watching the videos all the way through so you don't miss anything. Well then, my students, until next time, stay eagerly to learn.